Some more updates coming in. Jammu and Kashmir former Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti has taken on Kashmir Files once again. She has tweeted, and I quote, "The manner in which the government of India is aggressively promoting Kashmir Files and is weaponizing pain of Kashmiri Pandit makes their ill intention obvious. Instead of healing old wounds and creating a conducive atmosphere between the two communities, they are deliberately tearing them apart." Unquote. My colleague Tejinder Singh Sodhi is also joining us. Tejinder, the fact that the Prime Minister talked about the movie yesterday, Amit Shah has met the crew and cast of the movie today, seems to be giving Mehbooba Mufti a lot of heartburn.
Shivani, the whole issue is that the Kashmir-based political parties, they don't want the rehabilitation of Kashmiri Pandits. We know when Mehbooba Mufti was the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, there was an RTI filed by an RTI activist in Jammu asking whether there were any plans for the government of Jammu and Kashmir for the rehabilitation of Kashmiri Pandits, and the answer was nil. They don't have any plan. So this was during the tenure of Mehbooba Mufti. Even when the government of India decided that they would construct composite colonies for Kashmiri Pandits in Kashmir, these political parties, especially the National Conference, the People's Democratic Party, they came out to oppose the setting of those composite colonies for the Kashmiri Pandits. And now a movie which is depicting the pain of Kashmiri Pandits, how they were forced to leave their houses, how the atrocities which they faced, the slogans which were raised from the religious places in Kashmir, Salyu, Galyu or Ralyu, that means either leave Kashmir, either get killed or convert to Islam. These were the options that were given to Kashmiri Pandits. Unfortunately, Mehbooba Mufti and several other Kashmir-based political parties and leadership, they haven't uttered a single word. But yes, as the people across the country, rather
the fallen on the Kashmiri Pandits, these political leadership, they are making hue and cry. They are speaking against the movie. They are trying to target the government. But the point is that here we have a movie which depicts the pain of Kashmiri Pandits, which they suffered 32 years ago.
Yeah, on the issue of the pain of the Kashmiri Pandits, a question that goes to many political parties who are at the helm or have had power since the exodus and the genocide is, what did they do to acknowledge the pain? The pain can only begin to heal once the truth of what happened to them is acknowledged and acknowledged fully, and some sort of, appreciation for what they went through, if not an apology, is tendered.
Shivani, 32 years have passed, and the mainstream political parties across in Kashmir Valley, especially, they have kept complete silence. They have maintained silence over the atrocities that the Kashmiri Pandits had faced. We know that the National Conference veteran Farukullah, who was the then Chief Minister, when the armed insurgency started in Kashmir, he did nothing.
Okay,
and now you
Tejinder, can I just hold you there? Kavinder Gupta, former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, who did actually work with Mehbooba Mufti, is also joining us. Kavinder Gupta, Mehbooba Mufti का ये कहना है कि आप जो कश्मीरी पंडित्स का जो पेन है, जो उनका दर्द है, आप उसको वेपनाइज करके यूज करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. उनका पेन, उनका दर्द आप संभालने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहे हैं. आप दोनों कम्युनिटीज के बीच में दीवार खड़ी कर रहे हैं, ये मूवी को प्रमोट करके.
देखिए, ऐसा नहीं है, एक विडंबना है कि अपने ही देश में लोगों का विस्थापन होना और इस विस्थापन के पीछे की कहानी को कभी सामने किसी ने लाया नहीं. और जब कोई कहानी सामने लाने की कोशिश करता है तो पूरा बॉलीवुड, पूरा ये जो अपोजिशन पार्टीज हैं, क्योंकि इनकी नालायकियों के कारण से ये सब हुआ था, वो सामने नहीं आने देना चाहते थे. अगर इस देश में हमारा इतिहास बदला गया, यहाँ पर अकबर महान हो जाता है, सिकंदर महान हो जाता है और महाराणा प्रताप, वीर सावरकर, शिवाजी जैसे लोगों को प्रमोट नहीं किया जाता. इस सभी के पीछे अगर सच सामने आता है, समय है कि जो हमारे आने वाली पीढ़ियां हैं उनको सच सामने नजर आए, तो इन लोगों को तकलीफ होना स्वाभाविक बात है, क्योंकि यही लोग उसके पीछे इन लोगों का भी हाथ था जो मिलिटेंट्स की सपोर्ट करते थे और खुरियत के लोग जो इस प्रकार की एक कोशिश करते थे, इन लोगों का भी हाथ रहा है. इनको तकलीफ होना स्वाभाविक बात है.
महबूबा मुफ्ती ये कह रही हैं कि आप कर नहीं रहे हैं कुछ कश्मीरी पंडित्स के लिए, और ये चार्ज रहा है नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस की तरफ से भी और महबूबा मुफ्ती की तरफ से भी कि आप जितना बोलते हैं कश्मीरी पंडित्स के बारे में, आपसे मतलब बीजेपी, उतना आप करते नहीं है उनके लिए।
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जितने भी राज्यों में उनकी सरकारें थी, कश्मीरी पंडितों के बच्चों के लिए एक कोटा तय किया था। कश्मीरी पंडितों को अगर ये जो मानदेय वगैरह जो मिलता है आज तक, वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार के कारण से हुआ है। हमारे ही कार्यकर्ताओं ने जब विस्थापन हुआ था उसको हमने करीब से देखा है। उनको हर चीज मुहैया कराने की जो कोशिश है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने की है। आज भी वहां पर जमीन पर फ्लैट्स बन रहे हैं। मुझे याद है जब मैं स्पीकर था विधानसभा का, तो इन्होंने ये कहा था कि यहाँ पर आर्मी आ जाएगी, आर्मी के लिए फ्लैट बन रहे हैं, ये है। वो असल में कश्मीरी पंडित के लिए फ्लैट बने रहे और सेफ पैसेज उनको दें और सिक्योरिटी के बीच में लाएं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी सरकार का ऐसा पूरा प्रयास।
Okay, Kavinder Gupta, thanks a lot for speaking to us. Let me also quickly play out a reaction coming in from Ashok Pandit, who's a filmmaker himself and also, of course, a Kashmiri Pandit.
It sounds very funny when Mehbooba Mufti, who's responsible, whose family is responsible for terrorism in Kashmir, is talking about divide between the two communities. Why does she forget that her father and the entire family was responsible for burning of temples, killing people, killing Kashmiri Pandits in Anantnag in the year 1986. And that was another exodus of Kashmiri Hindus from Anantnag, from Kashmir. And then when somebody, some filmmaker or some storyteller is narrating the story of Kashmiri Hindus, genocide and ethnic cleansing, you're talking about the divide? Madam Mufti, you should know that history cannot be wiped out. The truth cannot be wiped out. We will remember, and our generations to come will remember what you and your colleagues and your cabal and your Jamaat has done to us. We will not forget. The scars will never be out from our system. You have done wrong to us, and you have to own that wrong what you have done to us. And don't give us sermons and don't give us lectures. A filmmaker.
ये फिल्म या कश्मीर फाइल्स पे, और आप तो पड़ोसी ज़िले के हो, अगर कश्मीर फाइल पे फिल्म बन रही है तो कम से कम लखीमपुर फाइल्स पे भी फिल्म बननी चाहिए। ये पड़ोसी ज़िला जहाँ पर जीप से किसानों को कुचल दिया गया था, समय आए और लखीमपुर फाइल्स पे भी फिल्म बने।
11 मंत्री आ रहे भाजपा के, उसके बाद कहते हैं कि
भारतीय जनता पार्टी को उन्हीं बुनियादी सवालों का जवाब देना होगा, महंगाई, बेरोजगारी और उत्तर प्रदेश के विकास को।
समाजवादी पार्टी
Let me also go across to Mohit Bhan of the PDP joining us. Mohit Bhan,